Welcome, dear viewers. It's me, Bersa Betagle, from the capital Asmara. And this is ERi-TV, bringing you the latest news from around the world. These are the ones making the top stories for today. Messages of congratulations continue. Eritrean delegation addresses at the World Health Assembly in Geneva. Spanish demonstrators demand arms embargo on Israel. And Argentina's economy grew 6.1% in the first quarter of 2025. In your domestic reports, leaders of the Russian Federation, Great Britain, Sweden, Germany, Zambia, Pakistan and the State of Palestine have sent messages of congratulations to the people and government of Eritrea on the occasion of the 34th Independence Day anniversary. President Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation, King Charles III of the Great Britain, King Carl Gustaf of Sweden, President Frank-Walter Steinmeier of the Federal Republic of Germany, President Hakainde Hichilema of Zambia, Secretary of the Assembly of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and President Mahmoud Abbas of the State of Palestine conveyed their best wishes for good health to President Isaias Afwerki, as well as peace and prosperity to the Eritrean people. The leaders also expressed their country's readiness to further develop and strengthen bilateral relations for the mutual benefit of their nations and Eritrea. President Vladimir Putin, noting that the Russian and Eritrean relations have traditionally friendly character, expressed his confidence that the relations of the two countries will continue to further develop for the well-being of the two nations and the interests of ensuring security and stability on the African continent. In other news, an Eritrean delegation led by Mr. Habtom Zerai charged d'affaires at the Eritrean embassy in Switzerland and Eritrea's permanent representative to the UN offices in Geneva has delivered a speech at the 78th World Health Assembly, convened from 19 to 27 May in Geneva. The speech focused on Eritrea's stance and progress in the health sector. Mr. Habtom noted that since gaining independence 3 decades ago, Eritrea has remained steadfast in its efforts to expand access to quality healthcare for all citizens. Today, preventive, promotive and curative health services are universally accessible, regardless of citizens' social or economic status. He went on to state that 70% of Eritrea's population now lives within 5 kilometers of a functioning health facility, with the main emphasis on disease prevention and treatment, efforts that have yielded notable results. Mr. Habtom emphasized that while health achievements are being celebrated, there is also a need to address prevailing challenges. He noted that the Eritrean government is prioritizing and working rigorously to overcome these challenges. Highlighting the impact of unlawful measures imposed by certain countries which disrupt healthcare system in the affected states, Mr. Habtom described these actions as a silent assault on public health and a clear violation of the international law and the principles enshrined in the UN Charter. He called for their unequivocal condemnation and immediate cessation. Concluding his remarks, Mr. Habtom called for global efforts towards a world where health is protected, promoted and preserved for all without discrimination, exclusion or political interference, so that no one is left behind. In a similar news, an Eritrean delegation led by Mr. Nagasi Kassa, Eritrea's ambassador to the European Union and Benelux countries, participated in the 3rd African and European Union Ministerial Conference held in Brussels on 20 and 21 May. The conference focused on multilateral cooperation, peace and security, development and migration. Moderated by Mr. Tete Antonio, Minister of External Relations of Angola, and Ms. Kaja Kallas, High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy and Vice President of the European Commission, the conference highlighted the urgent need to establish a global financial system that promotes Africa's interests amid ongoing man-made and natural challenges, destabilizing the current world order. The conference emphasized the importance of resolving the conflict in Sudan through a domestically driven mechanism that respects the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity, free from external interference. On migration, the conference underlined the significance of investing in countries of origin and creating opportunities for human resources development, employment, and education. In conclusion, the Third African and EU Ministerial Conference issued a joint statement. Still with your domestic reports, Moja, a South African musical group, presented a cultural show at Bahti Maskaram Square yesterday in connection with the 34th Independence Day anniversary. The program was organized in collaboration with the National Holidays Coordinating Committee, the Commission of Culture and Sports, and the Central Region Administration. It was attended by senior government officials, members of the diplomatic community, as well as a large number of Asmara residents and students. Participants expressed appreciation to the Moja Band for contributing to the festive atmosphere of the Independence Day celebration. They also called for the continuation of such programs, highlighting the significant role in promoting mutual understanding of African cultures. Mr. Percy Kumsha, ambassador of South Africa to Eritrea, as South Africa's representative, expressed his pride in witnessing the participation of the Moja Band in Eritrea's Independence Day celebrations. The coordinator of the band noted that Umoja had previously visited Eritrea in 2011 for a similar purpose and expressed satisfaction at returning to take part once again in the country's Independence Day celebrations. The viewers will be back shortly with your international reports and more. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Protesters converged on the Spanish parliament to demand a change in an existing law. This came as MPs were voting on whether to begin debating a bill that would ban arms sales to those who are committing genocide, starting with Israel. This bill represents an opportunity to combine in a single legal instrument a mandatory arms embargo and the inspection of ships and aircraft in order to comply with the ruling of the International Court of Justice and to help stop the genocide of the Palestinian people. The bill's approval places Spain at the forefront of efforts against the genocide and could set an example to further isolate the Israeli regime. This step owes much to over 500 human rights groups, public pressure, and the unwavering courage of the Palestinian people. Despite documented war crimes and apartheid, Spain continued approving millions of euros in arms exports to Israel in 2023, even during escalated attacks on Gaza. And today's final report, Argentina's economy expanded 6.1% in the first quarter of 2025, a national statistics agency reported yesterday. In March, economic activity rose 5.6% year-on-year, but declined 1.8% from February. Key sectors driving year-on-year growth in March included financial intermediation, construction, trade, and net taxes. Agriculture and related sectors grew 6.0%, while manufacturing expanded 4.8%. However, on the other hand, electricity, gas, and water services fell 4.3%, and hospitality services dropped 3.6%. The government expects GDP to grow around 5% in 2025 and has pledged to expand the economy without resorting to monetary emission. Now, a quick reminder of the top stories. Messages of congratulations continue. Eritrean delegation addresses at the World Health Assembly in Geneva. Spanish demonstrators demand arms embargo on Israel. And Argentina's economy grew 6.1% in the first quarter of 2025. Dear viewers, you are watching ERi-TV English news broadcast with me, Bersabet Taglem. That was it for today. We thank you for watching.